Hey, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Welcome to the evening edition of me. You could also watch me Monday through Friday every single weekday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern for my money saving videos, and come back on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights at 7 p.m. for my audio radio style show. How's everybody doing today? Hope that you had a great day. Now you want to maybe kick back a little bit or whatever you're doing, wishing you well, that you're here and you're listening. And I really appreciate every single one of you. I want to talk tonight for a few minutes about being smug as a bug in a rug. How many times have you ever heard that statement? And when you think about it, you kind of feel like cozy, you kind of feel like secure. And for the most part, that is the way I would like all of us to feel like all the time. But in real life, that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is there are going to be moments that, well, you're not necessarily going to be smug as a bug in a rug. As a matter of fact, there are times you shouldn't take on the smug as a bug attitude. I want to talk to you a second about deliveries and supply chains. I'm not talking about what you're hearing on the news, talking about what happened over here. A lot of people that live in big cities, they're very smug as bugs in rugs when it comes to groceries. Why? Because grocery stores are all over the place. You figure, if something bad happens, who cares? There's like X number of stores in my neighborhood. I could practically walk to all of them, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, 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 but don't get that attitude. And I'll tell you why. Because a few years ago, when we had that Superstorm Sandy, this was a big lesson learned. Always keep your mind open to things, okay? Superstorm Sandy happened, but the previous year they predicted another major league storm. And while, I was stocking up for it, I listened to the news. My mom and I stocked up. We were okay. We went to the store, but the storm never happened and people laughed. Ha, ha, ha. You stocked up for nothing. Well, I'd rather have a little extra than not enough. So we didn't feel the pinch. It was okay. We were okay with it. Following year, almost about 12 months to the day, practically, they predicted the superstorm Sandy. Okay, so we followed the same protocol. But those people were thinking of the year before. Why? Because they wanted to keep the smug as a bug in a rug attitude, which is very, very ridiculous. Sorry about the outside noises. Okay, that could be totally ridiculous at times. And that's exactly what happened because actually we here weren't supposed to really feel the pinch at all, other than the wind and the rain, and then it would be over. But because of the wind, it knocked out a power transform at a substation about a mile and a half north from me at that point, of which affected all of the city, all of the city's borough where I am. Just saying, just saying. We were not supposed to be out of power. So some people think, yeah, but still, what's the big deal? Well, what's the big deal is that this went on for a few days. And as a direct result, the stores were trashing, unfortunately, because I'm a witness to it, frozen foods out the door. They can't sell melted foods. Those foods were sitting there 3 to 5 days. Tunnels were closed. Subways were flooded. Things were closed. Bridges were closed. It was unsafe. Nobody could get in to deliver. See, people forgot that part. People remembered, oh, but I have a ton of stores. Well, let's think about this for a second, but let's not think too long. We need delivery people to like bring the stuff in and bring the store back up to snuff. Some people were actually out of power, not just 5 days like me, which was tough enough, 5 days and nights. But some people in the outer boroughs, they were out of power. Some people like beyond 4 weeks, some people 6 weeks. It was awful, absolutely awful. So to take on that closed-minded attitude, I have stores all over the place. Well, that may be true, but the stores had to get rid of the frozen foods and the fresh foods. And guess who prevailed? The people that planned ahead and stocked up. And that's the truth. Some of the same people that left were the same people we ended up helping. So keep your mind open. Sometimes you just can't be smug as a bug in a rug. Sometimes you have to do things you normally wouldn't do. Sometimes you have to defy the Weather Bureau and say, you know what? Even though the weather says this, and that, I'm still going to get a couple of extra things anyway, because at any time, anything could happen. We were not supposed to lose power. We should have been smug as bugs and rugs, but we were not. So there you go. Just thought I'd share my story. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for listening. Why? Because I really do appreciate whose time? Your time. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more tips, tricks, savings, and chats. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Let me know if you can relate to this story and share your thoughts. Take good care, everybody. See you real soon. Have a great night.